never been a question if you're real. Question if you care about how we feel, if you heal. Heard the stories about you preaching on top of the hill.
Hi friends, my name is Maya and thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Before I hop into the video, make sure that you like and subscribe down below and hit the bell button every time I post something new. So today's video is my infertility story. It's a story that I'm excited to share and a story that I really hate that I have to share at the same time. It's like a weird conundrum. Just a little side note, if you don't want to hear any TMI about cervical mucus or periods, I would recommend clicking off this video. If you're cool and you chill with the human body, keep going. I have struggled with infertility for 6 years. Me and my husband have actively tried for 6 years. As you listen to this, you'll hear that I had a struggle with polycystic ovarian syndrome. People call it PCOS for short. That means I have cysts. I just recently just started having actual periods. So that's good. For most of my life, besides this last year, all my periods had been irregular. And if you struggle with infertility, you understand that telling your story or saying how you feel is not the easiest, and if you're around a lot of people who do not understand, it's very hard. When I first had any suspicions that I would have trouble getting pregnant, the first thing and tool I went to was YouTube. I wanted to hear people's stories. I wanted to know what certain things meant. I wanted to know how to track my ovulation better. I wanted to know how to my basal body temperature. I wanted to know everything about how to tap into my body. So I went to YouTube, and when I went to go and find stories about my infertility story or this and that, there really wasn't that many out there, and the ones that were out there I was so thankful for, because they were able to open up of a place of vulnerability even if they truly didn't have a child yet. I want to start from the very beginning because so me and my husband got married, and the only thing I ever wanted, I feel like, in my young life was to like be pregnant and have like a family and have a baby. And I was so excited, and my stepson was like a year old, so it was like, cool, like this is the perfect time to have a baby. We'll have them like both like so close apart, like close together, like, you know, we'll have 3 babies. We'll have 3 babies. That'll be awesome. 3 babies will start now. And so it's like the first year of marriage, and you do what normal married couples do. You don't, you know, to get pregnant. And year 1 went around, and there was a time where I really thought I was pregnant. Like, we were in our first apartment. I'm like cramping really bad. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh no. And like, granted, I don't even know my body very well, and my period is so irregular. So period was super irregular. So I had no clue when I'm ovulating. So Miss Maya's over here just like, we shooting shots in the dark, like, yeah, baby, you gonna get pregnant. Girl, you ain't even ovulating. Get yourself checked. Oh, we bought so many pregnancy tests. I have no clue how much money Walmart got from just pregnancy tests from me. Does anyone else relate how many pregnancy tests you know you buy? If anything, I'm gonna link it down below where you can just buy strips. Way cheaper than the dollar store. So we took so many pregnancy tests, and I started to get discouraged like probably around maybe month 9, because I'm like, okay, I don't understand why this is not working. I just don't get it. But you know, hop on YouTube, hop on internet. They let me know after like 1 year, then you can start worrying. And it's not like I was like in dire need, like it could wait and chill, but like I started to get concerned within my body of why it's not getting pregnant. So it is now about 1.5 years later, and me and my husband really are like, okay, well, we probably should see what's going on, what's inside my body. I really am a big believer in a lot of natural things. I if I could have it, I would like water birth with like a doula and like, you know, like that whole hippie, I don't know, it's not even hippie, it's just the natural birthing movement. Like, I'm down for that. I called the birthing center in my city. We went, we got like blood drawn, all that stuff. You know, all the things they do there. They check, you know, your cervix, they open it up, they look in there, you know, with a tool. Oh, I hate that tool. And so we're gonna do all that good stuff. I have been diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. I have had 1 cyst rupture in my entire life, and I have a tilted uterus. But that is all that I have been diagnosed or sought out from a doctor. And for a while, I was overweight. Technically for the BMI thing, it still says I'm overweight, but your girl looking good right now, so I don't know what it says. After all that was done, it was kind of like, well, it just seems like you're overweight. And I was overweight, okay? Granted, I was overweight, but my period had always been irregular, even when I was skinny. Like, when I was small, my period was like, that had nothing to do with my weight in my head. Even though like, yes, lady, I should probably lose some weight, thanks. I just wanted to do it the natural way. I have a Clomid horror story. So me and medicine don't do well. So if I'm putting even more medicine in my body, I don't know what my whole life would do. And then about a week later, I was still like super optimistic. I was like, you know, it's just probably nothing. We're gonna rule it out. Like, we just not hitting it, you know. We're just not hitting it. I'm a regular. I don't know how to track my ovulation. Like, I'm trying to track my ovulation. It's just, you know, it's okay. And then I got a call that freaking sucked. So at this point, I know I have nothing. So I get a call. I'm sitting down and I'm just, she's just telling me, you know, we got all your tests back, and you know, it looks like you do have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And like, at that moment, I just felt like I felt so broken. Like, it was like a stamp of brokenness. I don't even know what I did with the phone, but I ran to the room and I just laid in the bed and cried, y'all. Just that feeling when you feel like all of your concerns are just validated and you don't want them validated. Yeah, I felt like that. I promise you, I'm not gonna cry. This is not a Maya's gonna cry the whole time video, because that would just be weird. I do that already. We don't need to do it anymore on film. I felt very, very broken, and I think I began to probably eat even more. I was already overweight and I just kept eating and eating, and because I didn't have any, I wanted to feel not broken, even though that was the complete opposite thing to do, was to eat food. But if you're me, you eat food. And it was so, my husband the whole time has always been super encouraging. He's always been so kind. He's always been so, the voice of truth, I guess. My husband has always been and my biggest advocate when it comes to having a child. He goes, "No, girl," he goes, "we're gonna have a daughter. We're gonna have a daughter." He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about. We're gonna have a daughter. We're gonna have a daughter. And even if we have a son, even if we have none, he's a real one." Keep people in your corner that even when you want to give up on the dream, they keep the dream alive. Tidbit of wisdom. I have never been in such a healthy place in my life, when it means like mind, body, and spirit. I have never been so healthy. 5 years ago, I would have never made this video. I would have never even fathomed making this video. I would have been bitter if I had to make this video. If there's anyone out there that is struggling with infertility, please hit up my inbox or comment down below. Hit me up on Instagram. I would love to connect with you, like actually connect, like actually talk, because I get it and it's so stinking hard. And I'm still going through infertility. I have not had my wonderful baby yet, and I'm excited to share that story with you whenever I do. So this video, as much as it sucks to make right now, will also be a living testimony of how good God is, even before we see the miracle. There's been so many times where you just feel like nobody gets it, or they don't understand, and you feel lost. And I want you to know that you aren't alone. You're not. And you're not broken, and there's nothing wrong with you. That you're beautiful, like in any form of your body, whether you're overweight right now, whether you're underweight right now, that you are beautiful. As always, friends, thank you so much for listening this far into this video. Thank you for staying this long to care, to listen. If you stayed to the end, let me know if you have anything to add, if your journey, if your feelings of anger are the same as mine. Let me know down below. Let me know that I'm not the crazy one. And I hope and I pray that you work on yourself if you haven't already, that if you have worked on yourself, that you keep being encouraged and stay encouraged. As always, you are wonderful, you are awesome, you are dope, and you could do anything. Bye, friends.
The trauma that I picked up in a different life. So every time you see me make it, no, I missed it twice. It don't feel like winning, and I don't